I got to ask you a serious question. How many of you would like to come home from work or out with the family or whatever and find somebody else in your house? Not only are they in your house, I'm not talking about somebody that's in there um, burglarizing your house, but somebody that then moved into your house. They moved into your house, and not only have they moved into your house, they expect to stay there and you to help pay for them, help pay for their lodging, their food, their medical, whatever, in your house. And you had no say over it. You didn't know they were coming. You didn't invite them, but they're there. And then on top of that, you got many folks in your government that want to keep them there. They won't even help you get them out your house. That's exactly what's going on in these cities where all these illegals have invaded on a macro level. I was trying to describe it to you on a micro level. I don't know a soul that would stand for people coming into their house, staying in their house that they didn't invite. Yet we have millions of people in this country, uninvited, that are staying here and demanding to stay here. And we have millions of citizens that seem to want to keep them here. Either the citizens are misinformed, ignorant, or just stupid. Because if you have a country, by definition, the country has borders and it is subject to the citizens of the country. I even hear news people talk about undocumented citizens. There's no such thing. Either you are a citizen of the country or you're not. It's simple. But we get these twisted up news segments. We get these twisted up politicians, and many of these politicians on both sides of the aisle would like to have a bunch of illegals. Many of the rhinos, Republicans in name only, want to get cheap labor, forcing the labor market down, the employment of Americans down. And we have a lot of these Democrats that want to maintain power by poverty pimping themselves, by getting a bunch of illegals here, putting them on the public doles, and making them dependent on government. How does the American citizen benefit from any of that? They don't. The American citizen suffers because of that. We have to pay for these people. All these people that the former president led in the country and claimed, if you remember, that there was nothing he can do to solve the border situation unless they had a new bill spending billions of more dollars. Well, as soon as Trump came in the office, he shut the border down. That's why you shouldn't listen to the lies of these people. Or once you start hearing them lie to you, acknowledge that they're liars and then get rid of them. These riots in LA and I think New York or wherever, where you have people, American, well, many of Americans, who knows, maybe some of them aren't, up and down the highways, waving Mexican flags, demanding that ICE stops doing their job. It makes no sense. These people that are here illegally are making each and every one of us pay higher taxes for everything. And in California, it's probably one of the highest tax states in the nation. You know, you can't go to a fast food place without spending an arm and a leg. A lady I saw recently had a couple of bagels and a coffee for $30. I think the minimum wage is at $15 or $20 for fast food places in California. The fact of it is, if you're a citizen of a country, you owe a responsibility to that country to understand what your rights and your responsibilities are as a citizen. And we're supposed to protect our country, and our country is supposed to protect us. We've been invaded not through armed insurrection, but by sheer mass of numbers. People, their children, and then they tug on our heartstrings. Oh, you don't care about breaking up families. Those families had a place to stay. It's not our responsibility to take care of those families. It's our responsibility to take care of our family here in the United States. If we have laws, the laws are supposed to be adhered to by everyone, not just those that make it popular at the time. I even heard where the Los Angeles city mayor is talking about doxing ICE agents. It's got people taking pictures of these folks, trying to shame them, trying to shame the people that are trying to get people out of your city that don't belong in your city. So your city could be safe, your city could be manageable, your city could be less expensive for the citizens of this nation to live in. Well, the citizens of this nation have to make a decision. Do you want a country or not? If you want anarchy, if you just want mob rule, then you let anybody come in here and just forget the ICE, forget the police, forget everything. If you want a country that is ruled by law, law that governs everyone, then you need to let ICE do their job. The police need to do their job. The politicians need to work for the citizens of this nation or get the heck out of office. And if they won't, you, the citizens of the United States, need to get them out. Either we have a country or we don't. And it's time for us to decide. Think about it.